When it happens, at first it's a shock. Somewhere we never expected. A place that seemed safe. We grieve, we pray, and then we wonder, what could have stopped this? And can we prevent the next one?
We have over 90% of Americans supporting universal background checks. 90%!
It's not the gun. The gun can't do it. It's the person behind the gun.
We all have to be prepared no matter where we're at. This system should be in place. We can save lives.
Other people saw visible behavioral warning signs that something wasn't right.
Some believe we need to start at the root of the problem and look at what's going on in the minds of the offenders.
It's often a male who is angry, who feels like the world has not treated them well in some way, and they are determined to make somebody suffer.
But do they have a mental illness? Dr. Carl Clark, president of the Mental Health Center of Denver, says not necessarily.
If you look at people with diagnosed mental illness, the amount of violence is no more than it is in the general population.
He says, yes, mental health issues do need to be addressed.
So do we need more services? Yes. And when there's a cry for more services, should we step up to the plate? The answer is yes. But it's a distraction, though, when it's like, if only that person had had treatment, they would not have committed this violent act. And that's where I think it goes awry.
He says programs like the Co-Responder program in Denver, which pairs law enforcement with behavioral health professionals, can help. But if we can't always treat away the problem with a counselor or medication, that's where another layer of protection comes in, noticing and reporting red flags.
I think we all need to be educated about the different kinds of warning signs.
Beverly Kingston directs the Center for the Study and Prevention of Violence at CU Boulder. Their list of warning signs that predict violence is very broad. It includes things like a change in appearance or even declining grades. But you don't always have to guess, because shooters often make their plans known.
In school shootings, 81% of the shooters told someone, most often a peer, what they were going to do.
In the years after the Columbine shooting, Colorado launched the Safe to Tell program, which allows 24/7 anonymous reporting of concerns. In 2015, a text-a-tip program in Douglas County helped thwart a shooting plot at Mountain Vista High School. Kingston says resources like this are invaluable, but she said what happens after you report also matters.
We definitely want to make sure that firearms are kept away from anyone who is motivated to use them for, dangerous reasons, for criminal reasons.
Many feel more gun laws are the answer, considering how many shootings are committed with legally purchased assault-style weapons. Denver 7 recently went 360, showing the difficulty passing such laws. And even laws that have already been passed face the possibility of being overturned. Rocky Mountain Gun Owners has filed a lawsuit against Colorado's red flag law, and they question the impact of any law.
Passing a law doesn't stop criminals from committing crimes. If you're going to go commit multiple murders, you don't really care what the law says about firearms.
So what about a last line of defense? Technology that would stop a shooter when all those other strategies fail.
There's got to be multiple technologies brought to the problem.
Arizona-based Defendry brings a new level of smart technology to existing surveillance systems. Their AI software recognizes a weapon and then triggers actions like automatic door locks, cell phone alerts, and calls to law enforcement.
We trained our artificial intelligence with hundreds of different weapons, thousands of hours of footage. So you saw there, as soon as I stuck my hand through the door and I had two handguns, it was immediately detected.
Defendry has clients including schools, retail centers, businesses, and amusement parks, and says the cost can be about as much as a security guard, but the impact is priceless.
What is the emotional cost to the community, for it to happen? It's you can't put a number on it.
There's no way to measure what Colorado has lost to these horrific crimes, from Columbine to Aurora to Boulder. In the face of so much frustration and heartbreak, we must stay hopeful.
We're really wired more towards kindness than we are violence.
I know that violence can be prevented. I know that we have the research, we have the expertise. I know in every cell of my body that it's possible to prevent violence, and we don't have to have this anymore.
Nicole Brady, Denver 7.